Janae, will you bring me a bag from in there? Maya, will you bring me a water? Joshua, will you bring me a basket of markers from behind you? Thank you. Thank you. Maya, will you also bring me a paintbrush? Okay, so I lightly filled this all in. I'm going to show this to my other classes too. I didn't fill in the teeth because I want them to stay white. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of materials. I hope you can handle it. Thank you. I have a brush. I can have a paper towel too. Great. I have regular markers. I use the regular markers. Thinking about colors. Yes, Kalima. Oh, I could make some details on the teeth. Oh, that marker doesn't work. I'm not going to, but you can. That's a great idea. If the markers don't work, please let me know because we can start getting rid of old markers. So I do a lot of marker on the back. Remember? Yes? Okay, well, it's really easy. You just put the marker on the bag. You want to do a good amount. If you want a marker print with the paper towel, you get it wet, not too wet, a little wet. You pick up the marker from the bag, you print. If it's too wet, you're going to get too much water. You'll be able to tell, obviously. And then I just print around. Printing is just kind of like painting, but I'm more like stamping it, just like we did with the sponge. Oh, but now it's getting a little dry. I'm going to take the tiniest dip in the water, pick up more marker, print. I really like that effect. My one student, she took a brush and she was picking it up off of there and then printing with her brush, which is kind of like painting. So I personally, I'm not liking that option. So I'm just going to keep printing because look, you get that cool effect of the texture from the paper towel. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to give you shiny objects like gems and sequins to add as your final extra details. And we're going to try to finish these by either this week or next week. Do you understand your job? Yes?